Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But you can tell by the title, we're going to be discussing Gala token, see what is happening with the price. I'm sure if you're new to the markets right now, you are completely spooked out about this move that we're seeing recently. But we're going to take a closer look, see what is happening, whether or not we could see more upside in the upcoming months ahead of us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I'm sure if you guys are looking at the screen right now, you guys can pretty much see red across the board, except a few handful coins, maybe like 3 or 4 that are up right now. To be quite specific about Gala, it's down about 7.5% on the daily time frame, and on the weekly time frame, it's up 50%. And this is something that a lot of people might completely ignore, especially if you are one of the holders that have been accumulating Gala throughout the bear market. I'm not talking about just recently, you just picked it up last week or not. I'm talking about if you've been accumulating Gala token pretty much over the last 4 to 5 months, those are things that you need to keep in mind and see how the asset is performing in that time frame. So, Gala is up despite a little bit of a pullback of 50% on the weekly time frame, and on the monthly time frame, 160%. Let's not forget that. So if we're looking at the price today, as we go into Friday morning, the price is currently sitting at 6.44 cents, down 7.5% as mentioned in USD comparative, as well as about 1% in Bitcoin and Ethereum comparative. But now if we're focusing on its market cap is holding really strong above $2.3 billion. And that's something I want you guys to keep in mind. And the 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 388.1 million. But before we go into it any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So of course, if you are new to the markets, you might want to know what exactly is causing this, drop within the price of not just Gala, pretty much everything right now. And the reason as to why that's the case is because look at Bitcoin, guys. If you watch some of my updates, literally just yesterday, I said, I don't know if this is a coincidence. I don't know if whales watch me. I'm just kidding. But if you've been in this space over the last, I would say, 3+ years, you start to understand how this market works. And I kind of indicated that in our updates yesterday that, we're getting to a point that, we could see a cool off even this month. I was expecting maybe late this month, but we saw the cool off earlier. But again, that is totally okay. It was due for a little bit of a pullback, and we did see that pullback today. We're being supported by a previous all-time high. So that's, obviously the reason as to why we are seeing, that overall market seeing quite a bit of red across the board. But during these times, guys, especially when the market is in a bull trend, you don't want to get shaken out. I kind of upset that in my Pepe update as well, if you did end up watching that. But if not, you don't want to get shaken out, because the whale's number one goal is to shake out the weak hands, and it's really easy to do that. So just stay away from futures trading, and as long as you have done your due diligence and research and have invested what you can afford to lose, and patience is your number one key to follow. So BTC right now obviously holding towards that support. So far that is what we need to keep an eye out on. If that support is to be lost, we do have support around 66,317, and if that is not able to hold, then off we go down to 64,700. And those are some of the targets that are not unrealistic as of now, believe it or not. So, if we're looking at BTC dominance is still around 53.2%, so not much has changed on that. This is really good for altcoins, because obviously if the dominance was higher, this would be worse for altcoins, because altcoins would have been down way more compared to how much they are down now. So now let's shift our focus on the good old price of Gala. So what you're starting to see, again, of course, this is a daily time frame. We're seeing right off the bat, if you understand basic technical analysis, you are seeing that the price of Gala is below the crucial resistance, which obviously now again is playing as a resistance. At one point it was a support just 2 to 3 days back, but what you could see is we are back below that key resistance, and I've painted the significance for you guys of that resistance, obviously, which is coming as a resistance now. But this is where you do want to see the price of Gala actually staying above, and it's really important for it to do that, because guess what, if the price is below this resistance, which we're at right now, we're still in the bear market cycle. And honestly, that's how I take a look at it. In order for us to not be in a bear market cycle, you need to see the price staying above that 7.26 cents. But obviously right now, let's face it, the entire market is seeing a little bit of a cool off because of Bitcoin's correlation. So these are some factors we do need to keep in mind before we go ahead and start asking ourselves some other questions. But if I were to switch the time frame to the hourly, then I think you guys can really start understanding as to what's happening on the shorter time scale. So this is what I want you guys to focus on today. And I've noticed this pattern with other projects when they're breaking out of that key resistance, ending the bear market cycle, which Gala was able to do, obviously, on March 10th. But what you're starting to see is that same exact resistance, when it turned into support, it bounced back and forth, you could say about 4 to 5 times, but it's not being able to stay above here. So what you want to basically imagine is, because I know a lot of people don't understand the extreme technical, so I'll just keep it very, very simple. Basically, how you want to take a look at this is people that are above this key resistance are bears, okay? The people that are below this are the bulls. The bulls want to push the price towards the upside, but the bears keep wanting to keep the price below these key resistance, because the significance honestly is huge. Because if it's able to continue bouncing back and forth above this key resistance, this does give us an indication that we could see more upside. But so far so good still. Let's face it. I want you guys to take a look at it from just this point of view. So February 26th, one Gala was at 3 cents. If you picked it up around that price point, or you were accumulating below that, you did see Gala run up 180%. So after that, we're seeing a little bit of a pullback of, you could say, about 25%, which is totally okay. So one thing you want to see, in my opinion, what I would like to see Gala doing is, finding a ground and possibly above this key resistance. That's where I want to see the price at. Holding above that key support and, strengthening that support will, not only be good, but it attracts more people. I'm not the only guy who knows technical analysis. There's millions of people that know technical analysis that can kind of sense, the strength. As of now, we're still not having too much strength to keep the price. So basically not as much demand right now above that key resistance level, but I think that will change. I'm very confident on that. If you obviously really start to understand what Gala as a project really is and how better their tokenomics have gotten from the previous cycle and what they're really doing, you could really understand, that the potential is definitely there this bull cycle. But of course, the risk factors are always need to be considered, but anything at the end of the day is risky. And without risk, you're not going to make gains. If that was the case, then I guess everyone would be doing it. But overall, that's how am I taking a look at it. So basically, if this support is not able to hold, we do have key support at 6.14 cents, which we did retest, and since then, the price did bounce, because of course, usually key support lines are key levels for people to enter. So maybe there were some buy orders placed in around here, so you did see the price bounce about 4.3%. But that's how I'm currently analyzing the charts. But do let me know down below what you guys personally think. Where do you see Gala's price at the end of April? Do let me know that in the comments down below. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. We'll see you tomorrow. I've been Crypto ZX, and peace out.